The International Pharma Talks podcast is powered by ELS Solutions Group.
Welcome to today's episode of our podcast. I'm your host, Diogo Sousa-Martins, and today I will explore with you the future of pharma, key trends to watch in 2025, as it might be the ideal time to consider how to plan and invest in your future achievements, develop your profile, your project, and keep an eye on your competition by asking yourself the following questions. How can cutting edge tools uncover emerging trends for 2025? And how can I position my team for sustainable growth? Or how can I stay ahead of my competition in 2025? So, these challenges may seem a little bit frightening and facile, but I have already paved the way a little bit to think about it and try to help in developing strategies, thinking outside the box and pilot with confidence. As you step into a fresh new year, this is your chance to embrace fresh, exciting opportunities and step into a new chapter of inspiring and groundbreaking projects. So let's make this year your year, and that's at least my wish. For the new listeners, it would be important to emphasize that the pharmaceutical industry is undergoing fast and disruptive changes, reshaping the way pharmaceutical products are researched, developed, and even delivered to the patients around the world. This evolution is bringing evident challenges and opportunities that demand your pioneering thinking and strategic adaptations, and for sure, a lot of resilience as well. According to the global use of medicines in 2024, given by IQVIA, the global use of pharmaceutical products measured in defined daily doses is projected to rise significantly, increasing by $400 billion defined daily doses by 2028. This growth seems to be driven primarily by emerging markets such as China, Indian, and Asian Pacific region, as well as Latin America, each of which is forecast to grow by more than 3% per year. In contrast, high-income regions such as North America, Western Europe, and Japan are experiencing slower growth due to the maturity of their healthcare systems, increase of regulatory demands, and established access for this type of products, which highlights the disparity in growth dynamics between the regions. At the center of this change is the exponential growth of scientific and technological progress. The advances in these fields, such as biotechnology, artificial intelligence, or even gene therapy, have opened unimaginable possibilities. These advances are allowing the development of personalized medicine fit to individual genetic profiling. New therapeutic approaches have the potential to not only manage symptoms, but also to prevent them, or even to provide a cure. The regulatory frameworks are also adapting to the scientific innovation boom of recent years by implementing more rigorous approval procedures. So, accelerated approval pathways for conditional marketing authorization or priority medicines program from the European medicine agencies have gained momentum and aim to bridge the gap between the modernization and accessibility, making life-changing treatment available sooner. However, with this speed comes an increased demand for strong clinical data, real world evidence, and rigorous post marketing surveillance to ensure that patient safety and treatment efficacy is not compromised. While there are undeniable benefits, there are also significant challenges as pharmaceutical companies are under intense pressure to meet more restrictive regulatory requirements within shorter time frames, while authorities are faced with a growing workload to keep safety and efficacy standards. Meanwhile, at the other hand, patients and healthcare providers are placing their trust in these speed up solutions and relying on their long term reliability. But the question remains, how do you maintain this delicate balance between innovation, speed, and safety without compromising your stakeholder trust and regulatory commitments? Yet, Only a small number of companies have the expertise in-house to successfully engage with this complexity for themselves. Others, they do turn to specialized consultants who can provide the personalized guidance necessary to meet the specific market standards or to predict risks and maximize the potential for successful approval. The strategic importance of collaboration with professionals cannot be overstated as it can be the key to ensure timely success. And if you think about it, such collaboration can result in a very significant financial savings as well as to win-win situations. The primary focus at this time must be on your global market dynamics as you plot your project or company to the ecosystem, as it is undergoing continuous evolution in line with the advancements in science and technology. The internationalization of healthcare companies has intensified competition, while emerging pharmaceutical marketplaces are becoming significant players in the industry, driving demand for affordable and accessible medical products as well. At the same time, expectations from patients and healthcare providers are increasing, demanding more patient centric models and innovation in digital health, for example, such as smart devices and health platforms, are indeed facilitating more personalized and connected care delivery, responding to the demand of data collection. As someone deeply connected to this sector, I do understand these questions you're facing, and my goal today is to give some insight and some suggestions for you to be able to probably lean towards higher probabilities of success. So let's start with the possibility, one of the most top topics of this year, which is artificial intelligence. And the role of this artificial intelligence in the field of drug research and development is really set to expand significantly in the coming years, with projected growth of 40% by 2025. This growth is expected to drive major breakthroughs in accelerating the drug discovery process, optimizing trial procedures, and also managing large volumes of clinical data. The AI-driven methodologies are increasingly being employed to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of drug development and discovery. The recent advancements have been observed across the entire development process, from the identification of disease targets and drug discovery to the preclinical and clinical studies, and even post-market surveillance, improving the outcomes in drug development fields. This year, life science executives are focusing on growth and innovation in the face of mounting competitive pressures, prioritizing strategies to enhance product offerings and services. R&D is set to play a pivotal role, with 56% of executives rethinking their product development approaches to address declining productivity and met market needs, according to a study from Deloitte. Companies are exploring new therapeutical areas and refining their portfolios, placing particular emphasis on areas such as oncology and immunology. This development holds great promise, offering the potential for more cost-effective, efficient, and even precise data mining. Data mining represents a compelling methodology for R&D teams to identify fresh insights, patterns, and potential prospects for substantial and intricate data sets. However, we also must think about the possible drawbacks. AI can really save time. The question is whether there might be a loss of accountability in the process, and it is essential for pharmaceutical companies to invest in AI tools, I do believe, keeping in mind, though, that the importance of ensuring that these systems are not becoming unclear and within compliance, which could compromise, with a lack of it, the patient safety and regulatory integrity. And for sure, we don't want that. The digital health era has arrived for sure, but which has allowed telemedicine and health apps to experience significant growth, projected to increase around 30% by 2025. The remote monitoring improves access to healthcare, especially for underserved populations. However, the digital divide remains as not everyone has access to this technology, and privacy concerns arise as information is shared across platforms. As the pharmaceutical industry embraces this shift, it is critical to ensure that digital offerings are secure, transparent, and accessible to all, not just those with technological know how. Unless these issues are addressed, there is a risk of exacerbating healthcare inequalities and compromising patient privacy. Based on a compound annual growth rate of around 7% from 2024 onwards, the personalized medicine market is expected to reach approximately $614 billion in 2025. For some, these represent the future of healthcare, offering therapeutical strategics or strategies that promise better outcomes, especially in domains of oncology, or cardiovascular diabetes, and also rare genetic diseases. But do not get ahead of yourself because despite the fact that this technology is still in the early stages of development, challenges such as high costs or regulatory barriers and concerns over genetic data privacy, they still persist. The stringent approval processes on the FDA, especially regarding pricing and drug regulations, act as somehow someone has put it as obstacles to progress. Of course, there are different perspectives of this because there's also the patient safety focus as well placed in it. Nevertheless, initiatives such as the Inflation Reduction Act, which authorizes Medicare to negotiate drug prices, are anticipated to enhance access to personalized treatments. However, the need for skilled professionals and the intricacy of implementing these treatments across healthcare systems continue to constrain widespread adoption. It is anticipated that by 2025 there will be an acceleration in the approval of new drugs, particularly for rare and emerging diseases, as well as oncology, immunology, diabetes, and obesity. And Europe is undergoing a period of significant transformation with the EU Joint Clinical Assessment Regulation set to come into effect by 2025 as well, thereby harmonizing evaluations across member states. The biosimilars and generics markets are also forecasted to grow at a compounding annual growth rate of over 6%, reaching around $850 billion by 2030. The biosimilars market is expanding even more rapidly with an estimated growth rate of around 29% from around $10 billion back in 2022 to around $35 billion by 2027. So both generics and biosimilars, they do offer cost-effective alternatives to expensive brand medications, gaining traction in developed markets with favorable regulatory environments. The biosimilar market faces several challenges, including regulatory delays, the quality concerns, and skepticism about safety. This market is also facing intense price competition pressure, which has the potential to affect profit margins. In order to remain competitive, companies must optimize production costs and leverage economies of scale. Additionally, the ongoing nature of intellectual property disputes has the effect of delaying market entry for biosimilars, especially in high revenue therapeutical sectors. The demand for an accelerated approval process fees may come at the expense of thorough testing, with the need for a careful balancing act between expediency and rigorous validation in order to ensure safety and efficacy. Last but not least, the medical cannabis market, which is predicted to grow in the coming years with global sales expected to reach $21 billion by 2025, linked with the increase of acceptance as a legitimate treatment for the wide range of conditions, including but not limited to depression or chronic pain, epilepsy, and anxiety, alongside with really the expansion of the US and European legislation. And medical cannabis-based pharmaceuticals like CBD or even THC are rapidly emerging as a promising alternative for the treatment of these conditions. As research and investment in cannabis-based therapeuticals continue to grow, the sector holds great promise in revolutionizing pharmaceutical treatments worldwide, offering safe and controlled solutions that meet patients' needs. I think the most crucial element to consider at this point is what is the one great thing you would dare to do if you knew you could not fail back in 2025 for this healthcare sector? So, looking ahead to 2025, the prospects have never been brighter, in my opinion. The pharmaceutical industry will continue to be a driving force for global health and high standards innovation. With the right strategies, including AI, with a governed AI, and even confidence, today's challenges can become tomorrow's opportunities. So do not wait to act. The time start building 2025 is now. And as we conclude this episode, I hope you have gathered the insights and trends needed to approach 2025 with renewed motivation to keep working and striving for excellence and innovation. Until the next time.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of International Pharma Talks podcast. For more episodes and to subscribe, rate, and leave a review, please direct to iTunes or Spotify.